Hello friends. So today we are talking about one most important topic which is related to some industries, some labs, which is about an autoclave, which is an steam sterilizer. Okay, what is autoclave? At what principle it is working? How it is sterilize the material, and what are the importance of sterilization in the labs or different industries? These all the things which we are discussing in this video. So let's begin with about an autoclave, which is an steam sterilizer. So in this video we will talking about, first of all, what is sterilization. What is sterilization? What is the principle behind the sterilization? How sterilization occurs? All the details of sterilization we will discuss. Then we comes about one method or one mode of sterilization, which is steam sterilization, which on the basis of this steam sterilization one equipment is there which is known as autoclave. So we'll talking about what is autoclave, how it's work, what are the principle behind that, the working, and what are the factors which affect the sterilization in the autoclave. With respect to autoclave, what are the factors which affect the sterilization? We discuss all the things in very detailed manner. Then working, some definitions which are associated with autoclave. These definitions also will discuss, and at last we'll discuss about what are the advantage and disadvantage of an autoclave. So let's begin करते हैं. The first topic, which is what is sterilization. So as we know, the main contaminant means the things, there are some microbes or unwanted microorganisms which hamper the growth of our desired product or which contaminate our product. So it is very necessary to remove these microorganisms. So one concept is there which is sterilization. Basically sterilization is killing or removal of microorganism. So there are different methods by which the sterilization occur. So let's discuss what is sterilization. Sterilization is a term which is referring to any process to remove or kill. So basically here one word is there, remove or kill all the form of microbial organism. It includes fungi, bacteria, viruses, spores. Spores, basically it is a dominant form. It is a dominant form which is during unfavorable condition it becomes inactive mode, but when condition is favorable it may grow or it becomes active. So spores are more resistant to the heat. So even removal of spores present on the surface or contained in a fluid, it's remove or kill. This process is known as sterilization. In simple word, if we are discussing that any kind of microorganisms, it includes any fungi, bacteria, viruses, we have to remove it because it will hamper our growth of desired microorganisms or it will contaminate our desired product. So it is very necessary to remove all these things, and to removing the concept, removing or killing these organisms or this microorganism is known as sterilization. Next, there are different various methods to achieve this. Means removal of microorganisms is achieved by different method. There are some by applying heat, by applying chemical. There are certain chemicals which act as a sterilant, sterilization की तरह काम करते हैं. So there are some sterilants are there. Some are filtration, because there are certain materials are there which cannot be heated. If it get heated, it will be a heat labile, means it will be denatured. So for that type of material we are using filtration. Then for some products we are using radiations, gamma radiation or electron beam radiation to sterilize, to surface sterilize. Some gas are also uses, ethylene dioxide, ethylene oxides or formaldehyde to sterilize the material. Now basically the sterilization of material is totally depends upon which kind of material which are using. For different methods or different modes are used. For example, if the material which we are using is heat resistance, means heat will not hamper much. Then for that kind of material we are using, we are applying heat. For example, any glassware, any plasticware, so we are applying their heat for the sterilization. But if the material is heat labile, means heat sensitive, means if it comes in contact with heat, it will get denatured or it will affect their properties. So for these kind of material we are using different method, for example chemical or filtration. So the basic is that the methods which we are using for sterilization is totally depend upon what kind of material we are using. Now in this video we are dealing with about heat, how heat is using for sterilization, and specifically moist heat. There are two types of sterilization in heat. About dry heat sterilization, in which we are using dry air, means at air at very high temperature, which will remove all the bacteria or all the microorganisms. And other method is moist heat, which is a steam at, as compared to dry heat, at lower temperature it achieves the sterilization. So in this video we will talking about the moist heat, sterilization by moist heat, and the equipment which is based on moist heat sterilization is autoclave. So ultimately we will talking about autoclave, how it sterilize the any kind of material by using moist heat. So let's begin. I hope you will understand that what is sterilization now. So autoclave, basically autoclave, it is a chamber. It is just as we at home we have pressure cooker, one chamber is there which has air tightened, and inside the chamber heat temperature and pressure increases, which ultimately leads to high temperature and high pressure, ultimately leads to killing of microorganism. So basic principle like cooker inside the home is used as an autoclave. So at industry level, large chamber is there in which high temperature, high pressure will achieve the sterilization. So let's read it. An autoclave. Autoclave is basically a sealed device. As you know, this is sealed device, sealed, totally sealed. One jacket is there, and this jacket will completely, when door is closed, this chamber become totally sealed. And similar to pressure cooker, that kills the microorganisms under saturated steam under pressure. So there are two terms. One is saturated steam. What is saturated steam? We will discuss later on. So saturated steam under pressure, it achieves the higher temperature which kills the microorganism. So basic of that autoclave. Now it can kill the heat resistance endospores. As we know, spores are dormant form. It is basically, I have talked about dominant, it's basically dormant form, not dominant. It is a dormant form, which is initially it is in inactive mode when conditions are unfavorable, but as conditions become favorable it become active. So when conditions is favorable, it become active. So it is very necessary to remove this endospore, because if endospore is there are chances, or they will grow when conditions are favorable, when our product is formed. So we have to remove these endospore. So for removing these kind of endospores, we need a high temperature and high pressure, which is achieved by steam. So moist heat, which is steam, facilitate the killing of all the kind of microorganism. जितने भी टाइप के microorganism है, all kind of microorganism including heat resistant endospore. Heat resistant endospore, bacteria, viruses, fungi, all the things should be removed. So it achieved by heat, moist heat. Autoclave sterilizer is used to decontaminate. Now what are the uses of this autoclave. So it is used to decontaminate the biological waste, the waste which are generating during any process in pharma industry or in any labs. The waste which are generated, it may contain some viable microorganism and which is potential hazard. So we have to decontaminate, or we have to remove the microorganism from the waste. So for that purpose we are using autoclave as a decontaminant. Sterilized media, because when we are growing any specific microorganism, we have to sterilize the media to remove all other unwanted microorganism. So for sterilization, instrument sterilization, labware, lab coats, all the others which are labwares, we are sterilize these all the things in autoclave. It can sterilize solid as well as and liquid. Solid we can sterilize inside the autoclave. Liquid, there are some equipment or the instruments or glasswares way of various size we can sterilize. So these are some advantages or some basics about autoclave, that is, it is using saturated steam under high pressure and high temperature. Then it is kill the heat resistance, endospores, all kind of microorganisms. It is used for decontaminate the biological waste, sterilize media, instrument, labware, and also it can sterilize the solid and liquid. So this is about an autoclave. Now one more potential question arises that why we are using steam instead of air. As we mentioned that there are two methods. One is based on dry heat sterilizer, means in which dry heat we are using, but for this the temperature is needed is very high. It needed around 255 degrees Celsius, around 250 degrees Celsius, plus minus more or less than 250 degrees Celsius. But the same sterilization by using steam is achieved at only 121 degree Celsius. So why we are using steam? How this steam is used, not dry heat, and the efficiency of the method is as compared to dry heat sterilizer. Moist heat is very good instead of dry heat sterilization. So why steam is used instead of autoclave, instead of air? So we're talking about that. First of all, how steam kills the microorganism. So steam kills, to kill the cell through the heat, its temperature must be raised to a point where protein inside the cell wall break down and coagulate. So it is very mandatory to kill the microorganism by heat is to achieve at certain point where protein inside the cell wall get coagulated and ultimately leads to the death of microorganisms. Now steam is very efficient to transferring the heat. The reason behind why we are using steam, because steam is very efficient as compared to air. Transfer of heat, because we will discuss later on that there are very high amount of energy is needed to achieve 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. It needed some very few amount of energies, but from 100 degree to 121 degree it require a lots of amount of energy, and this energy will transfer, this energy transfers and leads to lethal to the microorganism. So steam has very efficient medium of transferring of heat, therefore it destroys the microorganism. But on the other hand, air is very insufficient way of transfer of heat. So one reason why we are using steam instead of air is that the efficiency of transferring the heat, the steam is more efficient while air is less efficient. Hence we are using steam, which is achieved at lower temperature, because the heat transfer is very efficient in case of moist heat. But in dry heat sterilization, because air is using, and air is not the excellent medium for the transferring heat. That's why here we need temperature high, while here we need the sterilization at 121 degree Celsius. Now, how these steams sterilize? So, when steam counters with any cooler object, it condenses into water, and then this water, it transfer all the energy, basically it transfers all the energies, and then transferring the energy is heating up very it heated the surface, or the heated just wait, when steam encounter cooler object, it condenses into water and transfer all the energy to the object, and within a limit of time, within shorter time, the temperature rises very high, and due to the transfer of heat, it kill all the microorganisms which are present on the surface of material or inside the liquid. So by this method, steam sterilize any kind of material. So this is about why we are using steam instead of an air. Now we're talking about what are the principle behind an autoclave. What are the principle? So basically there are 3 to 4 parameters are there, and direct steam, one is direct steam is contact with material, and which leads to transfer of heat energy, and ultimately destroy microorganism. So microorganism destroy. So basically this direct steam contact with object, and this object then transfer the heat energy from steam to object, and ultimately leads to killing of microorganism. An autoclave sterilize an liquid, plasticware or a glassware by coming in direct contact. One important word is direct contact is very important with steam at specific temperature and pressure for specific time. So 3 parameters are most important. Number 1, temperature, pressure and time. For specific temperature, specific pressure and specific time is needed to sterilize the material. Time, steam, temperature and pressure, these are 4 main parameters which is required for successful sterilization of an autoclave. So for autoclave sterilization, it is very important that 4 parameters. Number 1, steam is required. Second, specific time, specific temperature and specific pressure is required to achieve sterilization. As here we have mentioned that important parameters are pressure, which is about 15 psi, specifically 15 psi pressure is needed, temperature 121 degrees Celsius is needed, and time 30 minutes needed. So these are some important parameters which are needed for sterilization. Now as we know, the temperature is directly proportional to pressure. So when temperature or when pressure is increases, ultimately the temperature is also increases, and high temperature plus high pressure leads to shorter time period. Means if temperature is high, pressure is high, then the sterilization time will require low. The amount of time and temperature required for sterilization depend upon type of material being autoclave, and also for different kind of material, different time and temperatures are used. So basically this is about principle of autoclave. Direct steam contact, one important thing is direct steam contact is necessary. Certain parameters, for example specific pressure, specific temperature, specific time is needed, and also high temperature plus high pressure will ultimately leads to shorter time for sterilization. So this is about principle. Now we will talking about how the autoclave is work. This is basic diagrams of autoclave. Now in this diagram, this inside I'm changing the color. So this is basically this portion is ultimately is known as chamber. So this is known as chamber. This part is known as jacket. This is known as jacket. So initially when door is opened, some amount of air is there, because air it act as a insulator, because some air packets will be there inside. When we close the door, when we close this door, some amount of air will be trapped inside the chamber, and this air will act as a insulator. So it is very necessary to remove all the air initially. So first we remove the air from the chamber by using steam, vacuum and pulses. So initially we give some vacuum pulses, and these pulses we create some vacuum pressure pulses, and these vacuum will remove all the steam from drain point. Sorry, all the air which is trapped inside chamber, it should be removed. So initially all the air is removed from the chamber. Then it requires some stable time to achieve the temperature overall, all inside all the chamber. It required to achieve the homogenized temperature, means uniform temperature inside the chamber. So it will take few times for to achieve this uniform temperature. Once it get uniform all over the chamber, then it holding means at specific temperature, which is about 121 degrees Celsius. Specific pressure is about 15 psi, and for specific time. So once the uniform temperature is achieved inside a chamber, sterilization hold will be there around 121 degrees Celsius for 15 psi for 13 minute time. So after that once the 30 minutes is done, between 30 minutes the steam it come direct contact with the materials which is kept inside the chamber, and then sterilize the material. And after that, once the sterilization hold will be there will be post vacuum hold is there, and the vacuum is removed and all the steam is removed. So by this basic principle, an autoclave is working. Initially it remove all the air pockets from the chamber, then fill with steam, high temperature, specific temperature, high pressure steam, and then it hold for certain time around 30 minutes at 15 psi for 121 degrees Celsius. Once this achieved, then it removes the steam from the outside and then cool the chamber, and we use for sterilized material for our purpose. So this is about the working of an autoclave. Now there are certain factors which affect the sterilization. Lots of factors. For example, time, temperature, moisture, direct steam contact, air removal and drying. These are 6 factors which may affect the sterilization. So we will talking about each of them, how each factors affect the sterilization and what extent it is affecting. So let's start with the first, which is time. So time, the minimum amount of time at sterilization temperature is required to kill the organism. So at specific temperature, at specific pressure, there is also specific time is needed for sterilization. Sterilization के लिए we need a specific time. As we know, at 121 degrees Celsius, 15 psi, we need 30 minutes. If it less than 30 minutes, the sterilization is not properly done. So time is very important factors which is need for sterilization. To check the how the efficiency of sterilization, we are using one microorganism which is known as Geobacillus stereothermophilus. This is heat resistant microorganisms, or spores are there, which is act as a color indicator. Some strips are there in the market commercially. Strips are available which is used for checking the proper sterilization. Next is a time D value. D value is a term to reduce the 90% of microorganism. We will discuss about later on when we discuss about what are the definitions which are associated with autoclave, when we dealing with this in detail. Next, a typical sterilization cycle includes 20 minutes at 121 degrees Celsius to achieve sterility assurance level. But in mostly in the industry they are using overkill approach. So one term is there, overkill approach. Now what is overkill approach? We can achieve the sterilization at 20 minutes, but to assure ourselves, to assure for more assurance, we are heating the for a 30 minutes. Means overkill approach is there, that is no single microorganism should be alive which will hamper or will impact our on product. So we use typically overkill approach to kill the microorganism. Hence we are using 30 minutes instead of 20 minutes. While we are achieving the sterilization at 20 minutes, but we are keeping the material for 30 minutes to achieve an overkill approach to kill all the microorganisms. Now what is SEL, which is sterility assurance level, is the probability that single unit that has been subjected to sterilization. Means the remaining of single microorganisms or single microorganisms after sterilization is known as SEL. Mostly, basically it is 10 raised to minus 6. Means one organisms in 10 raised to 6 microorganisms. If we are sterilizing 10 raised to 6, a load of 10 raised to 6 microorganism, the chances of one microorganism to one viable microorganism after sterilization is known as SAL, sterility assurance level. Next, second one is temperature. As we know, similarly time, temperature is also important factor. Now it's depend upon temperature and time relationship. For example, here if we are using 140 degrees Celsius high temperature, then low time is required. So basically temperature is inversely proportional to time. If temperature is high, low time is required. For example, 140 degree 30 minutes, 132 degree just 0.9 minutes, 121 degree 12 minutes, 100 degree 80 hours, 93 degree 321 hours, 80 degree 643 hours. So as temperature is decreases, the time will increase. So we can achieve the sterilization at different temperature, but time will vary. So according to temperature, time is there. So it is a very critical factor in steam sterilization. Increasing the temperature dramatically reduces the time needed to achieve the sterilization. As temperature increases, time will reduce. Temperature of saturated steam is directly related to pressure. As we know, temperature is directly proportional to pressure. So as temperature increases, pressure also increases. As temperature decreases, pressure also decreases. So typical cycle required 121 degrees Celsius for 15 to 17 lbs in chamber, which is 15 psi inside the chamber. So this is second important factor. Now third is moisture. How moisture will affect the sterilization. So just wait. Moisture in the steam has major impact to coagulate the protein. Moisture is used to coagulate the proteins or denature the protein. To denature protein, moisture is there because we are using moist heat, in which moisture is there. and this moisture will help in penetration and coagulation of proteins. Now basically there are two types of steams are there. One is saturated and second one is superheated. Saturated means they have a amount of moisture without liquid condensate present. Means they are only a saturated amount of moisture is there, not condensate is there. Means no water molecule is there, but it is moisture, saturated with moisture, and this is used for sterilization. While superheated steams are there which have contains excessive liquid water, and this contaminants or some contains excessive boiler additive or contaminants, and this will hamper the proper sterilization. So we are using saturated steam which contain a saturated amount of moisture inside the steam. If this steam the moisture is increases, it become condensate and it will hamper the proper sterilization. The idea to clean system sterilization is regulated by 2 to 2.4 bar. This name of pressure is needed. Now the fourth important factor is direct steam contact. It is very necessary that direct contact with material should be there. So direct steam contact with the surface of object to be sterilized is required for transfer of stored energy to the object. Means the steam which holds some amount of energy for transferring to the material, it is very necessary to the direct contact should be there. To achieve direct contact, to achieve the sterilization, direct contact is very much needed. The amount of energy stored in steam is much higher than dry air or water at same temperature. As I mentioned earlier, 419 kg is required, kilojoule per kg of heat is required to achieve 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. But from 100 to 121 degrees Celsius, it's required 2257 kilojoule per kg. That huge amount of energy is required to just achieve around 21 degrees Celsius. Means they have the high amount of energy. And to transfer this energy to the material, direct contact should be there. So by this, direct steam contact is one of the most important factor for the sterilization. In order to transfer the steam stored energy, it must be condensate on the surface of object to be sterilized. So for that purpose we need the direct contact with steam. Next, air removal. As I mentioned or as I explained in during working, first air removal is needed because it will act as an air packet and insulator, and if air inside the chamber is there, some part of the chamber where air packet will be there properly not sterilized, which leads to contaminants or the growth of microorganisms. So air must be removed from the chamber and the load before direct steam contact sterilization. For that we are using vacuum pulses, vacuum pressure as 3 to 4 pulses we are needed to remove all the steam, all the air from the chamber which is removed from the chamber from drain point. So from drain point we remove initially air, and then once the air is removed, then we steam will accommodate inside the chamber and it will achieve the desired temperature and pressure. Insufficient air removal, common cause of sterilization failure. So if sterilization failure happens, the most common factors is insufficient air removal is there. Next is a drying. Because we are using moist heat, the moist heat comes into contact with the object and it condensates. And once we remove this, the sterilized object, and it will be a wet form, and then there is chances for again contamination. So drying is most important or one of the most important parameters or factors for sterilization. Wrapped item must be dry before they can be aseptically removed from the sterilization. Presence of condensation, wet packs or pouches can cause recontamination. So there is chances of recontaminations after the of the load after sterilization. So one, during sterilization it achieves the sterilization, but during it is a wetting, so after the when we remove from the autoclave the object, there is chances of recontamination. So it is very necessary to dry the materials which are kept inside the autoclave. So there are some pulses or some air is come and cool the object is there and dry the object. Steam stirrer dry the load after sterilization by drawing a deep vacuum inside the chamber. So vacuum is there, 4 vacuum pulses are there. It will remove all the vacuums and steam from the chamber and cool or dry the materials which are used for autoclaving. So these are 6 factors which we have discussed. We discussed about what is steam, what is temperature, how temperature will affect, how moisture will affect, direct steam is necessary, air removal is necessary, and drying. I hope you will familiar, now you are familiar with what are the factors which affect the sterilization. Now we're talking about how these cycles happen. So this is basically graph is there. So as I mentioned, there is a pulses are there to remove the air. So these are 3 to 4 pulses are there, which is used for air removal. Pulses are there which is used for air removal. Now once we achieve that all the air is removed, then there is a time period of around 30 minutes, which is known as sterilization hold, which is approximate for 30 minutes, and then after that the pressure will drop, cooling of object is there, pressure is released, and then start. So these 3 important pulses or pressure is there. Number 1, pre-pressure. Air is removed from the chamber from the 3 consecutive air vacuum pulses. So there are 3 vacuum pulses are there, 1 2 3 vacuum pulses are there by which air is removed, these 3 pulses. Then sterilization hold is there, which is about 121 degrees Celsius, 15 psi for 13 minutes, and at last the drying goods loads are cooled and dried, which is for post pressure. So these are 3 important cycles in steam sterilization. Now there are certain terms which are related to the autoclave. The number one is F naught value, D value, what is Z value, and what is sterility assurance. First, F naught value or F0 value. Basically, as we know, at 121 degrees Celsius for 15 psi for 13 minutes we achieve sterilization. Now other than this parameter, there are certain temperature at which we achieve this sterilization, which is equivalent to this, is known as F naught value. At particular temperature other than 121 degrees Celsius, not 120, other than 121 degrees Celsius, the time in minutes is required to provide lethality equivalent to provide 121 degrees Celsius. Means we know 121 degrees Celsius, in 30 minutes we achieve the sterilization, it will sterilize material. But other than 121 degrees Celsius, how much time is required to achieve the same sterilization which is equivalent to the 121 degrees Celsius is known as F0 value. Next is the D value. D value is basically 1 log reduction or 90% reduction. The time required to temperature T to reduce the specific microbial population by 90% by factor of 10 or 1 log reduction. For example, if we consider that 100 microorganisms are there, so the time required to achieve 90% of reduction, means 100 to 10. For that, the time required is known as D value or 1 log reduction. The time required to at temperature T to reduce a specific microbial population by a factor of 90% is known as D value. Similarly, Z value is the number of degree of temperature changes necessary to change, means 121 degrees Celsius, it's normal to achieve temperature. How much temperature is plus or minus is required to achieve the 1 log reduction is known as Z value. Sterility assurance level is the probability of single unit being subjected to sterilization nevertheless remains non-sterile. For example, 1 million of microbes, 1 in 1, the probability of getting 1 viable cells in 1 millions of microbes is known as sterility assurance level. So these are some important terms which are associated with the autoclave: F0 value, D value, Z value, and sterility assurance value. This is most important terminologies that are there. Now, last part, which is advantage and disadvantage. So autoclave, it is used to destroy the organism more efficiently. High temperature spores are also get eliminated. Condensation allows the steam to penetrate. The high penetration is there in autoclave. High penetration is there. Hence, the efficiency is very high, and it is easy to control and monitor. If any single normal trained person can easily control or monitor the cycle. Disadvantage there, it is deleterious for heat sensitive material. Heat sensitive material cannot be autoclaved. Microsurgical instrument damaged by repetitive exposure, which if we are repetitive exposure to the microsurgical instrument, it will ultimately leads to the damage of the exposure, and also may leave the instrument wet, which causing the rust, because moist steam is there, so it causes the rust. This is all about the steam. These are some references which I have taken. Thank you for watching. One important thing, I am making videos related to this all topic. So if you are like this video, please like it and subscribe it, and please share with your friends. Thank you for watching.